Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Anytime you hear this tune, you know it's time to branch to the world of Ikeja Electric as we seek best ways of connecting with you and improving our communities. Ikeja Electric and You is an initiative of this distribution company to ensure that they have a better understanding with you, the customers, and bring their services much better to your satisfaction. You're welcome. My name is Victor Oteri. All right, so today we're going to be continuing the dialogue on energy theft and whistleblowing. The reason we're doing this is because we've seen some increased cases of people who are indulging in this act and its influence, or perhaps rather its effect on the disco. All right, so we need to really step up advocacy in this regard so that we can make things much better. And so my guest will be shedding light on that. We'll be talking you through all of that. But quickly, let's take you through the roads. Central Business District area, movement along Inner Marina, proceeding towards Outer Marina, still looking good. UBA Runabout, NMPC Filling Station, Kakawai Junction, connecting Cathedral intersection, all looking good. CMS Bridge, down to the bus stop. I can tell you traffic is light, and the traffic light is functioning effectively for now, navigating through that corridor. Further movement towards Nitel Junction and the State Government House is also looking very good to go. Connecting Flagstaff House from from Mekwe Bridge as well as Zone 2 looking very good, whereas Obalende Bridge is very busy. High influx proceeding towards Victoria Island. You have lots of vehicles making use of that corridor. Better movement towards the Third Mainland Bridge as at this time. We can also tell you if you're moving towards TBS Avenue, Waterboy, General Hospital and Freedom Park and other adjoined streets within the area is still looking good. Connecting Bookshop House as well as Tinubu Square and Martin Street down to Akpongbon. All those areas looking very good and no breakdowns cited for now. Transporting your imagination to the other side of town. Ekpe to be very precise. Movement from Aja Jubilee Bridge inwards Abraham Adisonya down to Lokunla as well as ShopRite and Awuyaya Lakowe Eleko Junction, extending to the T Junction and Ayetoro, all looking very good. Return journey from Ayetoro, proceeding through the T Junction, connecting Onosonya Crown Estate as well as Ogidon, linking up with Abraham Adesonya all the way to Aja is excellently good, and no records of impediment cited for now. Okay, then, so you can always share your own report with us anywhere you are. If you notice anything unusual on the roads, just keep us posted. We're here to escalate it to the relevant authority. All right, so today on the program, we're upholding twin concepts of energy theft and whistleblowing in the sustenance of electricity under Ikeja Electric. And in the studios right now, Halimah Shuaibu, External Communications Coordinator for Ikeja Electric. She's joining us right away. Halimah, good morning.
Good morning, Victor, and good morning to our listeners.
All right. How was your weekend, by the way?
Oh, very well. Good.
So it's nice to have you in the building this morning.
Thank you so much. I hope you had a good one too, and you're enjoying supply, right? So I know.
Supply has really improved in my own area. I wouldn't say of others, but I'm sure those that are listening to us will be able to testify. But generally speaking, from the look of things, how has supply been from the network in the past 7 days?
Okay, so basically, like you rightfully said, things are looking good, but not exactly without areas where we have either we have faults, people who have issues with their transformer, people who are not necessarily Band A customers. So, but on the whole, things are looking good. People are enjoying the supply that they should, especially those who have now been migrated, who are either on A or B.
All right. I know that last week you were able to take us through some areas that have just been migrated to Band A.
Yeah.
But for those who missed that, what are the reasons that Ikeja Electric would migrate one from either Band B, Band C to a Band A? What are the major concrete reasons?
Okay, so basically, for you to be upgraded to an A band, it means that your feeder has been, based on observation, we've been able to deliver it's a minimum of 20 hours of supply on that feeder for, say, like 3 months consecutively. And then this decision is not taken solely by the DISCOs, in this case Ikeja Electric, but it has to pass through the NEC approval. That's the Nigerian Electricity Regulation Commission. They would have to approve that. They would also do their own investigation to be sure that that number of hours of supply is being gotten on that, or is being maintained on that feeder within that period before you can be upgraded. And of course, the reverse will also happen if over a period of time we're not being able to deliver 20 hours of supply on that feeder. You will also get a corresponding downgrade. And that's why we always advise people to take their time to check their feeder band, and that's very easy. Victor, we've said that on several occasions on this program.
Right.
So it's very easy and straightforward. If you want to know your band, or you think that, okay, you're probably feeling that by now I should have been migrated because I've been enjoying 20 hours of supply, all you need to do is to just go to our website. You go to www.ikejaelectric.com. Once you get there, you click on customer care. Once you click on customer care, you click on customer feeder information, customer feeder verification, and then you impute whether you're a postpaid customer, you impute your postpaid number. If you're a prepaid customer, you impute your prepaid meter number, and that's it. It just displays on your screen.
Okay, so are there plans by Ikeja Electric to migrate everyone to band A?
I mean, ultimately, the goal is to ensure that everyone has supply, because, I mean, that's what we've been clamoring for, Victor. I mean, this is what Nigerians have been talking about. We all want to get this supply, want to use it. And, I mean, there's nothing scary about Band A. I've been on Band A now for some weeks, and all it takes is energy management. Nothing. My life has not changed, really, because even prior to now, I'd already imbibed the discipline of, being prudent with electricity use. So, I mean, it's a good thing. And, of course, ultimately, like I said, everyone who should be on Band A and would be there eventually. All
right. So even while some are enjoying that, let me also let you know from interactions that we've had on the street, there are some communities that are just wondering, how come you just migrated us to Band A without even notifying us? How come Ikeja Electric is just switching bands without telling those that are in those communities? There are some people that cannot really afford the Band A cost, as the case may be. So what's Ikeja Electric doing about that?
Okay, so Victor, we do constant engagement, and if you look at even before the Power Ministry got to this point where this regulation, this new tariff for Band A, before we got to this point, we've had different consultations and engagement with our customers and stakeholders. We've done this so many times when we're sensitizing our customers on what we call the multi-year tariff order, MITO, preparing them of how frequently this tariff will continue to change and how that we need to review the tariff. Okay. We have done that in time past. By the time we now got to this point, we also have done a lot of sensitization. I give an example. Tomorrow, for instance, we'll be having a virtual stakeholders engagement, and that's another opportunity where we get to talk to customers, update them, tell them what they need to know as per electricity. So, for instance, even if you don't know that you have been migrated, we'll remind you of how to check your band at every given time. So if you know that you have been enjoying it, because sometimes you enjoy 20 hours for a period of 3 months even before the migration is done. And it's important to note that after the migration has been done, upgrade has been done rather, okay, you would get an SMS notifying you that this has been done. So you are talking about the prior consultation. Like I said, those engagements have been done during the early years after privatization, even up till last year, where we were telling people on all the MITO tariff review and how all of these things would be done. Now, at the time when this decision to...
Right. Just hold on 1 second. Let me see at Kelly's call. Hello there. Good morning.
Good morning.
Right.
Well, I just would like to.
All right. Sorry for that. Yes. So you said at the time this migration was done.
Okay. So by the time the whole talk about this tariff into bands, customers have gotten used to that. At least a large number of people are aware. So, and then we now got to the point where in April 1st, where we had the major review on Band A only. And like you very well know, there were, of course, a lot of consultation. There were also a lot of sensitization after that decision was taken by the federal government, of course, through the NEC, through the regulatory body. And so, yes, and we've also on our own too, we've had all of this information publicized on our social media platform through engagements with CDCs and all of the stakeholders involved. And we do this continually. For instance, I just told you about the one that is coming up tomorrow at 11 a.m. And then for people to join, for you to get the link to join this program, all you need to do is to go to our social media handles. If you're on X, just go to at Ikeja Electric. At Ikeja Electric, we have posted that. If you go to Instagram, it's at Ikeja Electric too. When you go to Facebook, it's also at Ikeja Electric, and you're able to join from wherever it is that you are to get any information, and you have the opportunity to ask questions too. So yes, these are the avenues through which Victor will keep our customers updated.
All right, so let's talk a bit now about energy theft and its implication for sustainability of electricity. I know some weeks back, precisely June 17, we dwelt on that, and you brought in some revelations, but let's just rewind a bit. So is energy theft a serious thing under Ikeja Electric?
Indeed, Victor, it is a serious thing. And then, as a matter of fact, the danger of electricity theft is that it adversely affects both the consumers and the business and the entire electricity value chain, because the value chain itself depends on those of us who are at the downstream to make the collection and of course fuel the entire value chain. So anytime people complain about not having about the power situation or the electricity woes in the country, sometimes they are also enablers, because when you're stealing energy, it means that you're hurting the entire electricity value chain. And of course this is something that Ikeja Electric is battling with, so especially now that we have customers who are majorly on A, B and C, and these customers are largely metered. It means that when a lot of them are stealing energy, it's hurting the business, it's also hurting other customers. So if you look at it even from the customer's perspective, so if you're in a neighborhood where say for instance you have 100 customer on a transformer and you have 50 of them using prepaid meters and you have the other 50 not using prepaid meter.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, just a second. Let's take this call. Hello there.
Hello, good morning. This is Sadiq Yusuf reporting live from Ojwele Bridge, Port Fadi.
All right.
Where it was earlier reported that there is a falling container leading truck. I want to update you that right now the truck has been completely taken off the road, and as well the two containers has also been taken off the road and been kept on LRU low bed truck right now. So this effort was made by the joint effort by traffic managers, LRU, men of Nigerian police, and FRSC. But right now, one lane of the road has been open for vehicular movement because both the bridge and the service lane has been cordoned off completely so that they can recover this impediment. But right now, one lane is open for vehicular transaction. If I'm speaking.
Okay, Sadiq.
No time.
Yeah, Sadiq. So you said the bridge inwards to Ojwele, right, has been cordoned off.
Yes, the Ojwele bridge itself has been cordoned off for vehicular movement.
Okay, that's on both sides. On both sides.
No, just only one party.
That's the side inwards Ikorodu Road, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So, but right now the service lane has been opened. Right now, I'm speaking, so that motorists can manage one lane, and in no time the entire carriageway will be open for vehicular transaction, and that is the update for now.
All right, then. Thank you so much, Sadiq Yusuf. That's our live motorbike reporter sending in that report as well. Okay, so as you were saying, that it is a real source of concern for Ikeja Electric, people who bypass. But how is this carried out? I mean, how will I know that somebody is engaging in energy theft in my area?
Okay, there are customers who have had need to whistleblow, because they notice that it is either that neighbors are not vending, they don't buy units, or they buy very little, and then it takes them months to buy units again to load. So these are some of the telltale signs. So you have somebody who has also, for one reason or the other, contracted maybe those unlicensed electricians to come and bypass their meters, or just call whoever. We've had customers who have whistleblown on their neighbors, saying that they noticed that they brought in an electrician to help them bypass their meters, or they notice that sometimes at night they entirely disconnect their wires from their meters and connect directly onto the lines in front of their houses. And so that's outright, that's theft. So it means that everything you're using is not being accounted for. So while that appears as if nobody is seeing you, the meters on the transformer is accounting for it, is reading whatever consumption that is being drawn by whoever, the residents of that community.
Right.
So for instance, you think that we're not there, we're not seeing you. Yes, we might not know the exact house, but we can tell that in this community, for example, 60% of our energy is being stolen. Okay, so we can say that, but we cannot say, for example, whether it's house A or house B, except we now start going to check where the meters have been compromised.
And when you look at the entire network, what percentage of your energy is stolen?
It's actually a very large percentage. So, for example, last month in July, it was in June, it appeared it was more than 70% of, based on the reports that we got, and that in itself, it's enough to wreck the entire value chain if that continues. Yes.
70% of energy stolen from the network.
Absolutely, in different ways. So when we say theft, sometimes it's not. Some people do what we call like partial bypass. So while the units on their meter is depleting, okay, it shows that, okay, so now we're on. However, you notice that it's not all the appliances in their homes that are
connected.
Exactly.
So some will say the heavy duty ones, let's do the bypass, right?
Absolutely. So
like
those
your
ones
ACs.
your ACs, all of those ones will be on direct, what they call direct. And then while your bulbs and all the lightnings, all of those ones, you can leave them on the meters, and then theft is going on. So ideally, if your consumption is like ₦1 million a month, you're paying like 150,000 naira.
Wow.
So you can see. And imagine putting all of those figures together, you can see what that would amount to.
Right. And we need to speak more to this. So what's the effect of that on Ikeja Electric?
Okay, so it means that we would not, like I said, the discos, the distribution companies are like the collection point of the entire value chain. And so what that means is that when we're not able to collect at least close to 100% of what has been distributed, it means that the value chain would suffer. It means that we'll not be able to pay the transmission company, will not be able to pay Gencos, and Gencos will not be able to pay gas suppliers. So it's a chain. When it breaks in one point, it affects the entire flow. And that's what we're saying. Nigerians should call out people who steal electricity. Don't say that it's not your duty, but somehow you have been affected by it. Okay, and so that's why you need to, and people also need to know that there are consequences for stealing energy.
All right.
Yes, because when people come, like there are times that we have seen customers coming to beg when they have been caught. Yes, there are consequences. One is that when you're caught, we're going to factor whatever the value of what you have stolen back onto your meter, and then you begin to pay. Why do you want to put yourself in that kind of position? Why do you want to let your neighbors to know that you're stealing energy? Why do you want, as a corporate body, to be called out for energy theft? It does a whole lot of damage to your reputation. And also, the law under the Electricity Act, electricity theft now attracts a sentence of 6 to 3 years imprisonment. Yes, theft of electricity lines or materials, that's people involved in vandalism. You steal cables, okay, that attracts 3 to 5 years imprisonment.
Right.
Now, if you're interfering with meters or works of licenses, that would now be of licensees. Okay, there are cases where we hear that some people go in the community and they are disconnecting other people. You don't have a right to
do that.
Yes, you don't. You can't. A customer cannot disconnect. You're not a distribution company, so you cannot act in the stead of a distribution company.
So let's put that in proper perspective. We live in an estate. Some people are not contributing for the supply generally, and we feel that the only way for us to make that out is for us to disconnect the person.
Yeah. So what you do, that's not correct. So that's wrong. So what you would do is to report such customer and ask the Ikeja Electric or whoever your service provider is to come and disconnect that customer, because of course the customer is supposed to pay and we also have our records, so why not? But it shouldn't be the responsibility of a resident to disconnect another customer.
All right, so in all of this, where do we come in and how can we whistleblow?
Okay, we have made whistleblowing easy. We've made it convenient. We've even made it in such a way that customers don't have to pay to whistleblow. And one of the most important aspects of whistleblowing in Ikeja Electric is our ability to keep you anonymous. So you can be sure that your information will not be made available to whoever it is that you are giving us that information about. So if you want to whistleblow, you can either call the whistleblowing number, you can send an email, you can visit our website to whistleblow. So firstly, when people send emails, okay, when they send the email to the whistleblowing email address, which is expressyourself@ikejaelectric.com.
Okay.
I'll take that again, expressyourself@ikejaelectric.com. Now, when you send that email, normally when you send an email, the recipient's email address would be displayed. Okay.
Right.
However, with this, you won't see the recipient's email, so you're still anonymous.
Okay.
So you're able to, give us that information while keep remaining anonymous. That's one on one hand. Also, we have a toll-free line that you can call.
All right.
Now, the good part of this is that once you call that number, all right?
Mm-hmm. The toll-free line?
Yes. Once you call the number, you're not expected to pay any amount. All we want is for you to be able to provide us with the information that we have requested for, and do that without incurring any cost whatsoever. And the number is 0800 847 6334. I take that again, 080 084 76337. It's a toll-free line, but the mistake that some of our customers make is to think that this number can be called to lodge a complaint. No, this number is not a customer complaint number. I will share that before the end of the program. So this is entirely to whistleblow or to report any misconduct by officials of Ikeja Electric. Yes, right. You can do that.
All right, then. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Ikeja Electric, and you is the program. Halimah Shuaibu, External Communications Coordinator for Ikeja Electric. And this morning, we are talking about energy theft and whistleblowing. All right, so we're going to take a short break right now. When we return, we expand the discourse beyond the studios to also have your input.
My brother, what is the problem with these NEPA people? They have disconnected my light again.
There's nothing like NEPA again. It's Ikeja Electric. Did you connect illegally?
I only called one electrician nearby to connect it for me.
What? You and that electrician are joking with 21 years imprisonment. It's illegal to connect or reconnect yourself or carry out any form of activity on Ikeja Electric network. Doing so will not only cause damage, it can lead to electric shock and electrocution.
21 years imprisonment? Electrocution? God forbid. Please, I'm going to contact Ikeja Electric right now for proper connection to stay alive peacefully with my family.
If you want to connect or reconnect light, kindly contact Ikeja Electric's nearest office to you, and also report any energy theft you notice around you through Ikeja Electric's customer care numbers 01-488-3900, 01-7000-250, and 0700-022-5543, or send an email to customercare@ikejaelectric.com. Ikeja Electric, bringing energy to life. Hey, have you heard the good news about Ikeja Electric?
What is new this time?
Ikeja Electric has made payment of electricity bills a lot easier through multiple payment channels accessible anywhere, anytime. You can pay using bank mobile apps and websites, Ikeja Electric website, and through their payment agents as well. The payment channels are convenient, reliable, and secure.
Fantastic!
Please pay your bill to avoid disconnection and ensure you collect or print your receipt as evidence of payment. Do not give cash to any Ikeja Electric staff for bill settlement, reconnection fee, meter bypass, or any of the surcharges. For more information, visit www.ikejaelectric.com. You can also contact customer care on 01-700-250 and 01-2272-940, or send an email to customercare@ikejaelectric.com. Ikeja Electric, bringing energy to life.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Ikeja Electric and You is the program. Halimah Shuaibu is guesting this beautiful Monday morning. And of course, we're reflecting through energy theft and its implication for the electricity value chain. All right, traffic-wise, we did tell you most of the areas that we're covering, especially the last feed that just came in from our live motorbike reporter, that impediment ascending Ojuelegba Bridge is being recovered, and so for that to successfully take place, some part of the main carriageway ascending that bridge has been cordoned off, so service lane is open. Imota corridor traffic, I understand, is encouraging from Agbowa inwards Imota down to Adamo, connecting Maya as well as Lucky Fiber. All those areas looking very good. Itamaga proper also good. A little bit of delay at Adamo due to bus stop activities, but no major worries. Return journey looking good. All right, so let's hear from you this morning. 08099 120777 is the number, and 091 53877127. Okay, 091 53877127. These are the numbers that you can call. And of course, I would like you to also speak to this issue of people stealing energy. Have you been able to report or perhaps whistleblow, as the case may be? You heard from her now, 70% of energy under Ikeja Electric in the month of June alone stolen. And you know what that means? The implication of that for a disco like that. This one says, good morning, Victor and your guest. I am curious what measures are being taken to ensure the safety and security of employees as well as whistleblowers. Okay, safety and security of employees.
Thank you so much. Safety, and if you look at some of even our core values, safety is number one on our core values. So we take safety seriously. We also take security very seriously. So as per protection of our staff, of course, we do that. We take it very seriously. We don't we frown at staff assault, and we take it very, very seriously. So if there's any complaint that you have, if you feel aggrieved, you shouldn't take it out on our people. We advise you to just come to customer care and it will be resolved amicably. And then speaking about the anonymous being your protection as a customer, of course, like I said, even when you send an email, your email address is still not displayed. And also the whistleblowing platform is being handled by Deloitte. Yes, and so it's totally being handled by a professional body that we all know the kind of reputation, of course, that Deloitte has. And of course, it means that customers can be assured of their anonymity whenever it is that they are giving us information. Right. And by the way, we have even gone a step further by ensuring that we incentivize it to make sure that people get rewarded when they report this kind of cases. Yeah.
All right. So how does your organization balance between protecting customer privacy and investigating potential cases of energy theft? You didn't put your name, by the way. I would have loved it. Okay. 08099120777. You want to respond to that right away?
Yeah. So when you're providing us information, so for example, you're whistleblowing that something is happening at number 10, you just provide all the information that we need and we'll take it up from there. I mean, that cannot be linked to anybody except you're providing any personal information about yourself. So, and which we do not encourage. So you just tell us that go to number 10, Bolanle Street, landmark, go to this is happening. It's happening at this time of the night, and then we take it up from there.
All right, then Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This one says, good morning, Traffic Radio. What educational programs does Ikeja Electric have to teach people about the consequences of stealing electricity? Smith from Lagos Island.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Smith. This is one of it. This is a public enlightenment program. We're telling you the consequences. We're telling you how it hurts the electricity value chain. We're telling you how it hurts you even as a customer. So yes, we're sensitizing, we're educating. Tomorrow, for instance, again, we're going to have a virtual stakeholders engagement where Mr. Smith, you can join us to do this. Just go to any of our social media handle and click on the link. It starts at 11 a.m. tomorrow, Tuesday, the 16th of July. Please do well to join.
All right, then, Lagos Traffic Radio. Good morning. Victor says, blessed week ahead. My question for your guest is, how does Ikeja Electric encourage whistleblowing amongst its employees and the general public? Sam, he sent that one. I think she's responded to that.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Sam. I was already even talking about the incentive that we have, 5% for if you're whistleblowing on the cost of 5% of the cost of reconnection for commercial, or what we call maximum demand customer. Okay, and then you get 10% from residential customers as a reward. So yes, there's a reward for that. So whether you're an internal person whistleblowing or external, you get rewarded.
All right. This one says, good morning. It says the supply of power is poor in most parts of Ogba and its environs. Please come to our aid. Dikbo from Okera Ogba is sending that one in.
All right, Mr. Dikbo from Okera. Okay, so like I always advise customers to do, the first thing you need to do is to find out why you're having an erratic supply of electricity. And how do you do that? Is to first of all touch base with your undertaking or anyone that is closest to you. You can also do that by sending an email to customercare@ikejaelectric.com. You can do that. You can also call 0201 7250. That's the customer care helpline. You can decide to walk into any of our offices, anyone that is close to you, and lodge that complaint so you can get a response.
All right. This one is saying, good morning, Victor and Madam Halimah, your guest in the studios. Kindly ask her if the landlord association has right to disconnect the electricity line of a fellow landlord for non-payment of security levies. Okay, Comrade Daniel is sending this one in. So, yes, so I would like you to respond to that.
Comrade Daniel, thank you so much for asking that question. They don't have a right to disconnect you. They must find a way to get their levies paid, but not use electricity to punish the customer. No customer has a right to disconnect another customer. That's against the law, yes.
Okay. All right, so for those who are listening to us, and let's see how we can really, really drop down these figures, because I'm feeling pained already that if you run a business and you have people who are indulging in stealing or perhaps pilfering, as the case may be, that business will likely run down. It will run aground. So if 70% in the month of June was stolen, we're hoping that the month of July, that figure should drop with advocacies like this.
Absolutely, Victor, and that's why we're everywhere. So while we're here today, we're also on Ikorodu FM, we're also on Rainbow FM. We're everywhere talking to people, telling them the dangers of electricity theft. We're also going to be speaking to customers virtually tomorrow at 11 a.m. Like I said, you can, to join, just go to any of our social media handles at Ikeja Electric and click on that link to join. So the advocacy will continue. That's
and
what
have you taken it to the landlord association?
We meet with different we meet with different stakeholders. So when sometimes we're meeting with electricians, we're meeting with artisans, sometimes we're market women, we're meeting with CDAs, we're meeting with CDCs, we're meeting at different segments just to see that we reach out to everyone and then take the message, of course, to them.
All right, then. So let's just reemphasize that whistleblowing platform again for those who missed it.
Okay.
If you see anyone who's engaging in bypass, any form of bypass in your neighborhood, like you heard from Halimah, you do not need to be scared, right? You can whistleblow that, and you still remain anonymous. The whole idea is for us to ensure that we can bring some levels of sustainability within the electricity value chain. So what's the platform again for people to...
So they can either send an email, or you send an email to expressyourself@ikejaelectric.com. By the way, there's also an online form you can download. So if you're online and you want to drop a message, you want to fill the form, so you can go to www.ikejaelectric.com to fill the form. You just go to the /whistleblowing. So once you get to our website, you see www.ikejaelectric.com/whistleblowing, and they just download it, and then you can fill the form. The toll-free number to call is 0800 8476 337. Let me take that slowly. 0800 847 6337. or send an email to expressyourself@ikejaelectric.com. And just because, of course, radio, it's gone. So for you to get all of this information, if you go to our social media handles, you see all our posts on whistleblowing, or you just go straight to our website, you see the whistleblowing and tab, you just click on it and then you get all you need.
All right, then we'll leave it at that for now. Halimah, Shuaibu, thank you so much for taking us through this excursion this morning.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure, Victor.
All right. So we're hoping that by the next time we have this conversation to revisit what went down in July, yeah. I'm hoping that the figures would have dropped drastically.
I hope so too. Thank you so much, Victor. I appreciate that.
All right, then we have to go. The program has been produced by Mike James this morning. I say very big thank you. Benita in the building. Our social media team, Remy Aluko and Okpayemi Shodunke. We say big thank you to you. Tayo Akonle is our executive producer. My name is Victor Oteri. Have a splendid Monday. Bye.